Utuntu family, welcome. Actually, today we are shooting from a very interesting house. It's very artistic, it's colorful. Name it. I'm your host, Mabel, and joining you on set, as usual, is the one and only beautiful.
I like it. I like it.
The one and only.
My name is Tisa. Well, I like it when you say it.
It almost feels as if I'm introducing you on this show for the first time, but I'm not, you know.
It's good, right?
Yeah, so I love the house. It's very colorful. I'll give you a hint who this person might actually be. He's a designer, first of all. He's into art. He's done, I think, a little bit of modeling. So that should be that. I won't say much.
Yeah. It's the whole package.
A very interesting package.
And I hope everyone at home is ready because he's a mood. His energy is insane, and you just can't wait for everyone to meet him.
I love his vibe. Honestly, his energy is just different.
Exactly.
So you guys make sure you stick with us and make sure you see what we have for you.
Yay! You got a guest! Hi, love. As we spoke earlier, our guest today is very energetic and the set is on fire and he is serving as usual. Everybody welcome Mainga to the show. Mainga!
How you doing?
I love this before we get into the style. You look amazing. I love the suit, I love the shoes, I love your house. What don't I love about you? Everything.
Thank you. It's humbling. I thought I was underdressed, but now she's saying I'm looking cool.
You should see yourself.
You want some fair on top or something, you know? Anyway, thank you.
No, you got it.
Thank you.
Really do amazing.
Thank
I
you.
love the shting.
It's my favorite.
That's mine.
Yeah. So guys, welcome to my home and thank you for coming as a crew and as a team. What are we talking about today?
Well, we are actually talking about banners. Looking at the times. The changing times, the time where our parents used to live, things were different. We are living more in a world where it is more, what's the word, modernized. Things have changed. There's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of demand. People want to make money, people want to do this, get that. I mean, there's so much pressure coming from all angles. And we feel people are really not actually opening up. In as much as most have succeeded, a lot of them still want to give up, you know. It's not something which people can just openly come out and talk about, but we feel it's something that is happening and it's real. And we're excited because I want to believe you've reached a point in life, or maybe you haven't lived it before, where you felt like you just want to give up. The pressure is too much.
You know, for those that may not understand modern terminology, modern slang, like when someone says you're burnt out, it means, what are you, my dad? What are you? You are tired? You're just tired. You're just like, you know what? I've had it up to brim, I've had it up to here. I just can't take this anymore. And a lot of times, we all find ourselves in burn-up situation. Right about now, what are the odds that just right when I feel I am being burnt out, we sit to talk about being burnt out? Because a few days ago, I was caught up in between making a very tough decision because I found myself between a rock and a very hard place where I had to choose. Do I really still want to be a fashion designer? I know it's surprising because somewhat it might seem like this is my year. I am that designer that is happening and and then how then do you, at the peak of your career, say, am I really doing what, you know what I mean? And it gets to being burnt out because, wow, most of us are broken. We are broken people. We're hurt people. We have gone through a lot of pain. And as we grow, we do not acknowledge that we are hurt. We don't acknowledge, even those people that hurt us. You know, We have different backgrounds. You may have grown up with an uncle that may have abused you verbally. All those little things, because we were in an African setup and a Christian setup. Logically, because you can't speak your mind. Why are you holding on a grudge? The Bible says don't hold a grudge. You get what I mean? But then we go on growing with not grudges, but we go on growing feeling a lot of pain. And as adults now, we are adults now, and we're taking this pain we harbor out there. And what are we doing? As we interact with people for a service, we go with pain. And we pour it on those people. And when we pour it on those people, we don't know what their pain is. So it's like I'm carrying my burdens. I'm carrying my pain because I have pain from my past. But then when you come as a customer and you pour your pain on me, that's me carrying two pains. And you come as a customer because I have a life to live and I need to work. So you come also as a customer, you come and burn me out. Whenever I go as a customer, you come and burn me out. And I'm just like, ah! Another thing is, you see, the type of life we know from our parents is a life where there's some topics that are uncomfortable to sit and talk about. And trust me, at first we thought it was only about sex, but there's some even family secrets that we have never all healed from. We have never really started to talk about them. There's some injustices that we have all suffered that we have not even acknowledged. We look at ourselves in the mirror every morning you wake up, you look at yourself in the mirror and you're unable to acknowledge that I am hurting. What is causing my hurt? And how best can I become a better version of myself? How best can I peel this off? And I feel right at this moment, I'm grateful for this moment, because right at this time, as I am talking, I'm answering a lot of questions in my life, and I bet by the end of this discussion, I will know if I still want to be a fashion designer or not, and in which side I want to major. Because to be honest, I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie. I feel so burnt out. I feel so burnt. I feel so burnt out. I feel so beat down, and it's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to be beat down. It's okay to feel, you go for battle. Like I feel I went for a battle and I lost. I went for a battle with life and I lost. And of course, you'd look at me and say, guy, you live in a beautiful house.
You live in
dresses. What are you talking about? See, there's more. There's more to a business than meets the eye. I mean, what you can make as many outfits and as many pieces as you can make, but then if you're not breaking even, then you're not looking in the right direction.
That's true.
But it again, the only way to break even is putting in a certain amount or a certain price. But then if you put in a certain price, will the ordinary Zambian coming back? So for me to be here, for my business to grow, I need to depend on an ordinary Zambian who is coming with their burnt out characters. And when they come,
asking for a discount.
The discount is not a problem. It's never a problem about the money. Money is not a problem. The character itself is what the problem is. See, when we human beings, when we're in a service, when we go and sort a service for people, from people, we have this tendency of a superiority complex. We feel just because I have come to ask for a service from you, then I am more superior than you. Of course, you're paying me money. That's what I mean. Of course, it's not every customer, that's horrible. But then in general, at a time with everything that is going on, and I'm attributing the pain, the underachievement, because everything that is going on right about now, everything, the COVID situation coming back in a different phase, people are burnt out.
So much.
In 2019, December, we were like, okay, you know what, there's this new thing that has come, maybe by March it will be out. March we went into lockdown.
But we're seeing things are getting worse now.
We went into lockdown. 2020, people lost their jobs, people's businesses closed, and we're optimistic about 2021. And it just becomes as a reloaded version of 2020. You get what I mean? So people are burnt out. I am burnt out. I am. I'm burnt out. Like I'm at a point where I'm like, you know what? Not that I'm taking being alive for granted because there's a lot of deaths going on, but I'm saying, hey, can I get a break? And I bet each and everyone, even those people watching from home, are saying, hey, can I get a break?
in the words of Mainga, try to find a space which will actually work for you and not try to impress others. Remember this, you really don't have to actually live up to a standard which will only impress people, but do something which is actually going to work out for you and honor you. Be in a space, be around people who are actually going to encourage you and just not put pressure on you unnecessarily. Which brings us to our other question, which came up before the break, which is, do you feel actually that people are burnt out now because they're trying to live up to a certain standard to impress, their friends, What's your take on that? How do you feel?
I feel we are burnt out now because we have not been honest with ourselves.
Yeah.
And honest, it's never been necessarily about impressing our friends or about what other people think. But then it's about coming up with a lie in your mind, an illusion of who you are, running away from who you truly are, and coming up with this idea to say, and you want to facilitate that lie.
Yeah.
I went 4 years ago, 2, 3 years, not even 4 years ago, it was so common on social media for people to mention that not everything we see on social media is real life.
Yeah.
But then now, everything we see on social media is real life because people are doing whatever it is they're doing from their homes. Now we're able to see that we're seeing all that.
Yeah.
So it's not about what, it's now about sustaining a perception that we ourselves have painted to people. Like I bet, believe me, there's a perception that people have of me.
Yes.
That's based on whatever it is they think. Based on the little clips or videos they have seen of me, they think they know me. There's that aspect. Then there's the aspect that I also have facilitated. An image that I have shown people. This is who my guy is. It may be knowing or unknowing. And because I have shown people that I am that person, it's weird that in people's perspectives, I don't use a bus. When people find me on a bus, when people see me on a bus, they'll be like, did I tell you I don't use a bus?
Oh, yeah.
You're sure they don't use a bus.
Yeah.
Why? Because I love to look good. Who says if I look good, I can't sit on a bus?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? And because we have had, now I choose not to use a bus now because buses are time consuming. And with COVID now, so because of that, that's the only reason why I'm not using a bus right now. But typically, I'm a bus person, and for a long time, because I've been famous for a while, and for a long time, people would find me at a bus stop, in a market. They'll be like, they'll write on my picture, I saw you at the market. I'm a human being. I go to the market to get tomatoes.
Exactly.
Because it's the perception that they
Yes!
Yeah.
And because we also have had this image that we build as people and as separate individuals, as brands, as we call ourselves, I'm a brand.
Yeah.
So because we're brands,
we can't do certain things. We
can't go to the market. Yeah. We can't sit on a bus. We can't have a bus and brand. So it's such things that at the end of it all, wow. You get, and it's such little things that make us now. You get what I mean? I'm not saying that it's what's on the ground, but I'm being as realistic as I can be. You know, you go because you no, because I want to have inches, baby, inches.
And they're under pressure.
And something which is, sorry, I didn't mean to cut. Something which is common among us women. She bought a car, also on a car.
Yeah.
She's driving this, I want that as well. She's got this house, I want the same house as well. She's got this kind of dress code, I want to have that as well. So I feel there's also competition, which is good, but it has to drive you in a certain direction which will benefit you and not drain you. You're supposed to compete to grow.
Yes. Yeah. And for that reason alone, I stopped hanging around in groups. Because I started realizing that whatever little finances I was making, I was impacting in the endeavors of the group. and not growing myself collectively as an individual. And I ended up being a burden to the group and to myself. So I decided, not because there was arguments or anything, but for my peace of mind and my personal growth, I decided to alienate myself from a group and be my own person and not put myself under unnecessary pressure. You get what I mean?
Yes, yes.
But it's a pressure. It's a pressure. Maybe for TikTok, but that was my designers every day. But you my TikTok, you start you change up like 10. And it's change up like 10. What's up?
And that's true. You know, it sounds funny to a certain extent, but these are the real things which are happening right now.
And it reminds me, my friend told me, Anga, you're the trendiest person we know, but then you're the poorest branded person we know. And I thought through. I was like, okay, cool, maybe I need to rebrand myself. But yet again, I thought to myself, I said, look, everybody's doing all these TikToks while they're wearing so many clothes at a go. They're doing. I literally have a job to be on TV. I'm on TikTok. That's the one.
You have to change your closet.
There you go.
Exactly.
And it's little things. It's starving yourself, little opportunities or little occurrences or little things that all sum up and determine how much of a burnout you will have. Because if you're just, trust me, if you're just going, it's about partying, it's about chilling, it's about being at the club, it's about having the nicest dress in the club, drinking, you will be burnt out. And because you were burnt out, you want to come and rub off some of my mojo. So you want to come and see me, but you come and see me with your burnt out attitude. And you leave that burnt outness on me. Wow. So you end up draining other people. And what you get to realize is that at the end of it all, we are all weighing each other down. Hence COVID. Hence being locked in our homes. Because we are horrible at being each other's keepers. We are horrible at sharing this earth. We're a hazard to the earth. We're a hazard to ourselves. We're a hazard to each other. Now, that's what a burnout is.
So, talking about, no, it's so interesting. Every now and then, questions keep on popping up in my head. So, talking about opportunities and actually timing, you just mentioned earlier on. I feel a lot of us at a particular point in time, we had a good time to do something right. Opportunities came our way. What did we do? Went out, had the fun we could have. Attended all the parties in the neighborhood, but now we've reached the point in life where we actually realize that our friends have gone ahead.
And
it's time to catch up.
And no one wants to throw an opportunity at our side because we had a shitty attitude. We go show up at those opportunities, hangover.
So now people, they feel now they've reached a point in time where they have to catch up and they're looking at the distance between themselves and their friends who are ahead of them. So there's that pressure to actually now catch up and say, you know what? Exactly. And they're trying so hard in the process, they're getting frustrated. They're getting frustrated because they feel this person, I was supposed to be at the same level as they are. But there is that gap in the middle. They just can't be at the same level. The wasted time.
I feel like today is really meant for me. Like
it's your day.
It's my day.
Give us.
You see, I was that person. I planned my life. Growing up, I planned my life. By 25, I should be married. By 27, I should have a kid.
We all had that.
You know, by 30, I should own an air service providing company of some sort in Amandeke, only 1,000. And with time, with growth came a lot of disappointment because I too underperformed and I disappointed myself. And instead of me facing my disappointments head on and telling myself, pull up your socks, what did I do? I resorted into a party, to bury my head in the sand, to look away and think, you know what, if now I am not there to think through my situation, then I'll probably not, it won't hurt.
Yeah.
But then there might be problems for waiting for me. So 25 was a party animal, 26 was a party animal, 27 was a party animal, 28, something in me. And I remember, and I remember 28, I remember on to 29, I remember asking myself on my birthday, asking myself very important questions like, who are you? Where are you? And what are you doing here?
Those are important questions.
Yes. Well done. Before I child, Mr. Child, and instead of me beating myself for being left behind by my friends, because definitely why we feel burnt out is because when our friends start succeeding, believe me, they gloat in their success in our faces.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have those friends that are honest and they want to tell you the truth. They want to put you in your place. So they'll tell you, after all, you are an achiever. You have nothing. All you do is party and play.
Yeah?
Yes.
That is very helpful.
But we don't, every now and then we need that hurt. We need that whipping.
Yes.
We need that
Yes.
truth.
To remind us.
Yes. And when we have that juncture, that point when somebody reminds us, what do? We turn away and wallow in our misery. Cry our lives out. But instead, invade vamena kuuza mzako. And instead, vavena vakuuza mzako, yatenge mawe ya jamii pamela mzizi andana na mawe hacho. We run away from being honest with ourselves. We do. And when time catches up with us, what do? What is our measuring stick to achievement? Our friends. Yet our friends were putting in the time and the work. And what were we doing? We were partying. So instead of complaining about your friends being ahead, put in the work. Look, it's just not only about putting in the work. It's about putting in the right work, in the right direction.
Yes.
You can be putting in the work. Going to the club every day is, oh yeah, putting in the work. Trust me.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work for you to pass concept with
It's a lot of work.
That's the work. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Turning up all the time, looking right, is the work. But then, put in your energy in the right work and start from bottom. And trust me, even when you're starting, even when you're moving, it will hit you hard. And sometimes it will hit you so hard that you don't even know what hit you. And people will be looking at you like, what you people know? But it has hit you.
But after they are worse.
And they don't even know it has hit you.
Yeah.
But it has hit you. And because you are the owner of that show, you're the owner of that mess, you have to fix it.
Yes.
Every day you're alive. Look, go to bed feeling beat down, wanting to give up. The following morning when you wake up, feel optimistic.
Yeah.
Zimvele bwino. Wanauka, pepepe meni kachite nauka. Go back to that challenge that you failed yesterday. Try it again.
Pick it out.
Try. Keep on trying. I'm not saying I know it all, I've overachieved, I have it all, I have gotten everything I want. Trust me, I have problems up to my neck. But I choose not to wear my problems. I choose to wear my clothes, the ones I make for myself.
And they're beautiful.
Thank you. But I'm not going to be making for any of you.
I want to come. I want you to do my suit. So are you now saying we can't come anymore?
No, anyhow.
We're taking a break as he's taking a break. So we're going to go on another break, and right after that we're going to hear from Mainga. He's going to advise us on how to handle these things, looking at how he is in this space where he's dealing with stuff. So we'll be right back. back to the show. It's packed out here. I'm learning so much. I don't know about you. I'm having a good time. At the same time, I'm being educated. This topic wouldn't have come at a better time.
True.
I mean, it's been quite a roller coaster. There's so much going on. There's so much to process. And at the same time, I feel like no, you don't really have the time to sit down and talk about stuff and get through stuff. So this is good, and I'm learning so much. And I just can't wait for us to get into deeper things like family and talk about the pressures that come with family. Because so often you get to see a certain aspect of comparison, even with people who love us, our family members.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, talking, see, I will. Family, overrated. You see, family pressures are very common. I'll give you an example. I was living with my siblings, my brothers, and my stepmom that had raised me. And dad died and left me with her. So she was like my mom. She was the only mom I knew because my mother, my biological mother, died when I was 8. And believe me, there's no other way for me to sum this up than say, my mother had a problem with me sewing in their house. Bearing in mind that the outfits I saw looked like that. So she would walk in the house from work and find a mannequin with a dress, and she would say, this is not a bedroom, meaning the sitting room as it is right now. This is not a bedroom. We can't have clothes hanging around in the sitting room on a mannequin. She would walk on her carpet and say, there's threads. We cotton. We can cotton, we can do it. I'm a designer, I'm a tailor. So I always leave a nice pants, my plastic, my utunga in the middle of sewing. And there's no way unga zileka kutunga zilafanya mimi wako mkatochito upakinge wale kutunga uvipisa vitomoka sutunga. And she pretended to have understood that I was a designer and she was okay with it, but in actual sense she was never okay with it. And I got burnt out. And in me burning out and in me, I left to set up this studio, a space of my own where I can work and live as much cotton as I can live around. And believe me, every time I achieved something in my house, I got angry. I got angry at my dad for leaving me with that person that did appreciate my talent. I got angry at my dad for even taking me there to live with that person in the first place. Because then it got me thinking, what would I have been if I didn't even go anywhere close to that house? If I didn't even ever live with her, what would I have turned out to be? Yeah. I got angry at her for even pretending to even want to stand in my mother's shoes and have me call her mother. I was mad. On my 31st birthday, I did a live on Facebook to just speak and yell and let it all out. And in the long run, I realized family pressures are always there. If you're not being stopped from pursuing your actual true dreams for the stupidest reasons as the house being dirty. I'm not a dirty person. I think you can say my house. I'm a neat freak. Yeah, I am a neat freak. So if I am this neat and I was living in a house with other people, how much cleaner did they ever want the house to be? And did the house really need to be clean at the expense of my growth as a designer? Food for thought. Now that's their question to answer. That's a hard question to answer. But yet again, the fact that my having a talent itself was being questioned, was being compromised. It wasn't a healthy environment to grow a talent. For whatever reason it may have been. Maybe because my step-siblings are not as talented as I am, or maybe they didn't have talents. So the mother, because she's never built a talent, would not appreciate talent. I don't know, whatever reason it may have been, whatever it was. Or maybe, genuinely speaking, I was leaving the house dirty. But yet again, is the house being clean a good enough reason as to forsake a child's talent? We'll never know. But family pressure comes in different forms and in different types of containers. And as you grow, as you turn into an adult, you need to make a realization as early as you can make that realization that only you will put you on your path of your destiny, and only you will direct you towards your dream, and only you will support you throughout your dream. There are people that will support you in silence. They will never pick up their phones and tell you, I am super proud of you, I love what you're doing. But they walk around and tell people, I am super proud of him, I love what he's doing.
And that's true. A good example, actually, I had a boss like that. He was somebody who would never actually come to your face and say, you know what, I really like what you did. But I would hear, you know, compliments from his friends to say, you know what, has the boss ever told you this? He really likes the way you work. So it's actually true that you also have an audience who only appreciate you in silence.
In silence. Yeah. And you will be beat down. And there will be people that in your beat down situation, I say, and they will never come and tell you.
Yeah.
And again, there are people that will look at you and say, They are family boss. Because I don't family uchi. Then because I don't know 100 much. And you can have a business. We don't know 100 much. Passive. There are different forms of a response we get from our families that show us that we're either headed in the right direction and we're doing the right thing. But at the end of it all, what you need to understand is that you are the owner of that dream. It's not your mom's dream, it's not your dad's dream, it's not your brother's dream, it's not your sister's dream. The moment I realized these people will never appreciate me being a designer because they're not the ones that want to be a designer, it's I that wants to be a designer. I moved again here. Far, miles away. I was living in National Housing Complex in Miami, Lopez Hill Road, Crossroads. That's beautiful. And I came here to start all over again, away from it all, away from family criticism. I blocked half of my relatives, half of my family, if not all of them, I have blocked. There are very few of my siblings I talk to. And even with them, it was me having to put them on a scale and saying, have you done more good than bad? Well, you've done bad, but you've done good too. Anyway, you belong calm. But even as I'm keeping you at arm's length, you get what I mean? Because something as sensitive as your dream, your career, your ambition, do not allow people close to it, because the people that will discourage you the most are those that you love and look up to the most.
And that's painful.
It hurts. It hurts, and I have seen a lot of people lose their lives because of the disappointment they have seen from their families. I've seen a lot of people become addicts, drug addicts, because all the guy wanted to do was a rapper, and his family just thought he couldn't be a rapper. And if you hear him spill those bars, he is a damn good rapper. But friends of food are a rapper. And I was almost this close to giving up being a fashion designer. You know what? I am not stopping being a fashion designer. Now that's my conclusion. I am not stopping. What I will do is I will stop making clothes for Jim and Jack and Jen. But instead, I'll do up a pop-up store. If you want to wear this place, I'll turn into a pop-up store. If you want to wear my clothes, I'll be doing lives to sell pieces that are available. You can't ask for what I haven't shown you. You can't go to Matt and ask for a Louis Vuitton bag, an original Louis Vuitton bag that they do not have. Why do you mean that you have 5,000 cotton a Louis Vuitton bag in passing?
You have to choose from what you have.
There you go. And I feel that's what this discussion was about. That's what you guys coming through was about. You guys came to teach me to not let go of my ambition. Because believe me, I have gone back in time. I have gone back in family disappointments. Like if I'm not designing, but I didn't shit up on it. But now I'm going to situation. I live in
Yeah. So just from what you're saying, what would you advise someone out there who's having the same pressure, who's burnt out, they're tired, they're exhausted? What would you tell them to encourage them to just pick themselves up and start over from your experience?
Stop for a minute. there's a need to stop. If I'm saying stop. Stop. Stop for a second. Stop. Catch a breath. Right now, in the eyes of the public, my career, my fashion career, is at its peak, at its height. That me saying I want to stop is actually uncalled for and unruly. But in actual sense, it's because I love what I do and I want to be able to provide a beautiful service to people that I am saying, I'm not stopping, I'm just redirecting myself in a certain direction so that I can be of service to others. Stop. Let me lead. Even in a relationship, stop. If you're having a hard time, they can't come for 2-3 days. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Stop. Hold on. Look around. Take a chance. Look at what the world is offering you. Breathe. Look at the birds. Look at the flowers. You see, we want to stop, but we still want to be on social media. We still want to check on TikToks. We still want to see people going on international trips. That's not stopping. That's adding on your pressure. Because imagine, you know, you come here and then you check tomorrow. Then you Miami, or you know what I mean? That's pressure.
Yeah.
That is pressure. Because you're like, but then if you understand yourself and you know yourself, because once upon a time you had stopped to evaluate your life and what is important. Was that but see, I'm going to 2021, but I'm going from 7. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
On a yacht. In the what? Where? In Dubai.
Doing what? You know, I was shaking it. That's enough. That is
and on that note,
it's been amazing. It has been. I like the fact that, you know, even the point you brought up to say, even roads have got that stop sign to say, just for a second.
Yeah.
Stop here, see what's happening. Is another car coming? That's life. What's coming from this direction? What's coming from that direction? Stop for a while. That's the only time you'll be able to see what's coming from this direction, what's coming from that direction. I myself can easily relate to that because I have been there, felt it, so I can easily understand. When you brought up that point, it actually took me back to my previous job. It was crazy. I needed a break. Then most times, I told people to say, I'm actually thinking of quitting. They were like, no, this is actually good, and it's a good job, you're being exposed, you meet people here, so why don't you just hold on to this for now until you get, you know, you find something different. But I was at my peak. I couldn't take it anymore. It's either I quit or I die right now. So I easily understand everybody needs a break. You all have to just breathe, take a second in and just find your peace again. Yeah, it's been very interesting.
It's been a beautiful, it's been a beautiful journey. And I'm being honest with the most beautiful part of me. I am saying I was literally facing the wall. I was facing the wall. Problems come differently. And when I say I'm facing the wall, I'm not saying I'm planning to have it. No. Not everybody has financial constraints.
That's true.
Yeah. So problems are not only financial constraints, and problems are not only in job. Problems are not only kunkana with have at the Brazilian. And you have problems in your No. Problems also come in that sometimes we are too tired living a cycle that is not servicing us in a way that we want to be serviced. And I feel I was hitting a wall because I got to a point where I am doing something that's not servicing me. You know, when you get into doing a service for people, you want to do amazing things. You want people to appreciate you. You want to have a good rapport with your customers. But when everything is falling and piling up on you, stop and breathe. Relax, think through. What can I do to improve my service? What can I do to improve what I am doing for my people? Because I am at people's service. That makes me a servant of the people. But for me to be a servant of the people, I need to be in good health. uzasebenzela bantu bano suli bwino muntu but because these other people have ruined you,
you'll be able to realize.
Yeah, you'll be like, you get what I mean? Yet that person was actually saying, I'm not even here to make an outfit for you. I'm actually here to, whatever you have in here, I want to take, I'm going somewhere. And you go with it.
And that also happens with opportunities. They come at a time when you're actually frustrated.
That's the thing. And so for you, when you're actually getting frustrated, realize that you're getting frustrated. And I think I'm grateful that I have a conscience to realize that I'm getting frustrated. And when you, it's normal. It's not that I am famous or that I am a designer that I am getting frustrated because Africa, you know my frustrations. My frustration is just that I'll talk about what I know, which is fashion in my life. But then you put what I have said in your perspective. I mean, my frustrations are going to change. What is aiding your frustrations? What is it that you are doing to enable yourself to have those frustrations? And lastly, what is it that you can do to improve those frustrations? Exactly. Number one, stop. Number two, take it easy on yourself.
Take it easy.
Take it easy, no. Whether you do it right or wrong. It shall not be good, it shall not be good. It is good, it is good. Take it easy on yourself. Okay? And no matter how hard it is, rejection is a part of growth. Your family will reject you. Your friends will reject you. People will reject you. Even people that you think you can run to will not give you help. But that's so because they're only making you realize that so when people reject you, it's because they're trying to make you feel and find a solution within. And when you feel and you find that solution, what do? Let go of that old template. I mean, it was on a to-do list on a bucket list. Write a new one based on your new adjustments. What am I going to do now? Since I decided in as mine can I is that the side. Which that aid you want to go there and pass go. Is that the so? 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 What about Mukamana is what's the GBC? What's the our problems? But the ability to camouflage our problems doesn't make us superior or better. But the ability to butterfly from our problems makes us supernatural beings.
I like that statement.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. And beautiful too.
And beautiful people.
Yeah.
It can only come out from mind.
Of course.
We'll cut that as mine attention.
You know,
the ability to camouflage from your problems does not make you smart.
Exactly.
That's the ability to butterfly your problems, baby. Now, bam! That's being a supernatural being.
Drops Mike.
Those are the words of mine. I just love it. I have learned a lot. I think you've said it all. There's no need for me to add. Maybe if you want to add anything.
He said it all. Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah. Feel free to comment. It should be live on Facebook, IG, YouTube, and for all of you, unfortunately, who didn't get the chance to watch today, please make sure you like our pages and also, Mainga, at the end of this show,
like and share your page, baby.
Please.
Like and share your content.
And did you know our slogan, by the way? No. It's at Shana. So we need to say it before we close the show.
Utuntu at Shana.
Utuntu at Shana. You won't forget?
No. In fact, you know what I need to do? Let's do an intro. You know, like a proper intro. Hi, my name is Manga Sanderson. Welcome to Utuntu at Shagapo.
That's fire.
Go.
There you have it. Thank you so much, Manga.
That's how it's done.
Thank you for supporting us.
Yeah. And we love your house.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Like, thank you so much. This talk has really, you guys have healed me. Like, I feel like I went to a therapy session because I really needed a therapy session.
Yes. And you too, you are a winner. Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I feel like a winner, and I hope our meeting with these two beautiful, amazing girls and their team will do something in your life. My friend tells me, Mainga, you go through the most redundant painful things so that you could share experience with people. You're an inspirational person, but even the inspirational people do need shoulders to lean on too.
Yeah, that's true.
So, all in all, it's been amazing. Thank you for watching from Utuntu, and it is a shout out. Yeah.